Hey, my name is Kathy Roberts. I'm the Tidy Tutor, and this is Motivation Monday. This week for Motivation Monday, I'm sharing with you me cooking macaroni and meatballs. Now, I don't know if you know it, but I'm Italian, all right? I'm not Italian like from Italy Italian. I'm Italian American. But my father was Italian from Italy, and so I was really brought up very Italian, like everybody's Italian. If you go to a wake in my town, it looks like The Sopranos. Yeah, absolutely, that's what it looks like. I always wanted to take a picture in a wake just because how funny it looks with all these Italian men with the suits on and the glasses and, all the women with their little things on their head and all of that. But, you can't take a picture in a wake. You just can't. All right, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed the macaroni and meatball video. It's actually supposed to go inside, and it will be inside my Meals at Home, which is a private membership group for anybody that would like to get in. If you want to get in, it's a beautiful thing. Kathy at thetidytutor.com, and you can find out how to get into Tidy Tutor Insiders, Tidy Tutor University, which will absolutely change your life. And if you haven't signed up for my tips, which are absolutely free, then you just go to thetidytutor.com, put in your name and email, and you will begin to get one tip a day, every day, for 10 days, and they will rock your world. Okay, so here we go, making macaroni meatballs. Hey, I'm Kathy Roberts, I'm the Tidy Tutor, and this is Meals at Home. We are making a nice, authentic gravy. Now, it depends on where you come from. My family, we say gravy when we're talking about red sauce. Other people in other cultures in Italian world, they say great sauce. I don't know. We say gravy, okay? So, the way we make gravy is we take some nice extra virgin olive oil, but wait a minute, I have to put on an apron. I'm dressed like this because I just came from church. I'm having my son's birthday today. I'm in a hurry, so I'm not going to go change. I'm going to put on an apron. Now this apron, I really love aprons, and when I go to garage sales, I pick up every apron I could find from back in the 50s. Is this the most lovely thing you ever saw? Can you see it on me? Isn't it just so freaking sweet? If you have company, this is the kind of apron you wear. But now I have this dress on and I really don't want anything to get on it, so I have this kind of apron, the kind that goes over your head, so that this way, you're more protected. Sometimes I just wear one around my waist, but today I'm going to wear this one, okay? So there's this. Isn't it cute? I like this one too. Alright, so first I'm going to get the sauce on. So I can't believe I said that, right? The whole thing. You know why? Because so many people bust my chops about gravy. Alright, first I'm going to get the gravy on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some olive oil and I'm going to put it in the bottom of the pot. See, the pot is nice and big because I'm going to get meatballs in there. Although Emily is vegetarian and she asked me to keep the meatballs out of it today. So when I make meatballs, sometimes I fry them first and then put them in. And the reason for that is because I like the crunch. It's kind of crunchy. It gets crispy on the outside. It's nice. But sometimes I'm just like in a hurry and I don't care. So I just roll them up and throw them right in the gravy. But, today I'm going to fry them because Emily doesn't want them in the gravy. So I'll have to, separate it once it's all done and put them in it, in just a smaller pot for us and her. Okay, so here's garlic. I have some, wait, I have to punch it. I have some oil in a pot, and I have the flame on, not too high, and now I'm going to chop, okay? Choppy, 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 chop, chop, chop. Choppy, 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 chop, chop, chop. That's what we're doing, chopping. Ouch. Alright, so here, choppy, choppy. Alright, see, I can't help it. And I put it in there, and then you want to make it nice and nice in there. You want it to be kind of crisp. It almost has to burn. It gets a little bit blackish. Some people don't like that. I happen to like it, and maybe it's just because that's the way I always had it. Now, the way I make gravy is just the way I noticed people doing it. Wait. Not because I really know why, all right? Because I put tomato paste in my gravy, and if you ask me why, I would say, I don't know. From what I understand from a long time ago, that I remember, the reason that we put it in there was because it makes it thick, And I don't know, that's all I know is that it makes it thick. So that makes me happy because I'm doing this late and I have to get it done quick. I have to get the can opener right back. Okay, so now I use tomato, crushed tomatoes and also tomato puree. Now I used to only use tomato puree, but I don't know, I went out with some guy once and he used to only use crushed tomatoes, and when I had it the way he made it, I liked it. So now I use both. I use 1 can of crushed tomatoes and 1 can of tomato puree because I figure it's a compromise. I don't know. Alright, so this is nice and nice. And I didn't take the garbage can. Usually I put the garbage can right next to me so that I could just throw away things, but I didn't do it. I'm like, can you get me the garbage can? And I dump it in here. Now when you do that, it's going to splatter. And so, you know, step back a little bit. Now, I'm going to open the other can and dump that in there. Now, when I dumped it in there, let me see if I can get one out of here and show you the way the garlic looked. The garlic looked like this. Can you see it? Can you see? It's kind of like brownish. It's a little crispy. All right, so let me eat that. Ah, nice. All right. Yeah, it's like tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. All right. So here is, thanks for the garbage, Em. So we could throw that out and the skins. And this is going to go in recycling. You could take the spoon and you can put it in the nice can so that you don't, when you stir the gravy, you're not going to get, you know, gravy all over the place. So that's what the can's for. So I'm going to put the other one in here. Nice and nice. And I'm going to fill this up with about 1.5 cans of water, all right? You might want to put 2 in. I'm going to put 1.5 because I don't have a heck of a lot of time and it's got to be kind of thick. All right, this is the second can. I'm going to put 2 cans in. I can't put 1.5. I just don't do it that way. So there's 2 cans. That goes in recycling. That is here for the spoon. And now I'm going to open up the tomato paste. Okay, I always like kind of wash off the lids because, I don't know, you know, dust gets on it and stuff. Uh-oh. And I don't have a specific brand that I like the best. I think my girlfriend Roberta, who's a chef, she tells me to get this one. I can't even say it, but that's the one she tells me to get. And I don't know why either. I just do what she says. So let's do this. I have to get a spoon. Okay, so now I have the spoon for me to get the tomato. See, tomato paste is like this. In case you've never seen tomato paste, you know it's like that. It won't come off the spoon. It's thick. That's why they call it paste. So there you go. Nice and nice. And I'm going to make this a little higher now. Now, I need this to boil down quickly because I was working on Tutor stuff on my Mac, and that really could suck my time so much. And now they're going to be here in like 1.5 hours, I think. Everybody's late anyway, so watch today. They don't be late, but they're always late anyway. So there, I have that going on, and so at least it's going to be starting. I'm going to keep it high until it boils, and then I'll put some spices and stuff in it later. I'm not going to put it in right now. Here is the chopped meat. I don't know. Other people don't call it chopped meat. When I was with a different guy that I dated once, and I said chopped meat, and he didn't know what the heck I was talking about. So that's how I learn a lot of things by people that I date. So chopped meat is what we said in our family. We didn't say ground beef. Who says ground beef? Would you really say that? Can you pass the ground beef, or pick up some ground beef? No, it's chopped meat. Alright, so I have to get a bowl. I thought I had all my things prepared here so that I didn't have to walk away. Okay, we have our meatballs going, and I think that I may have not recorded it. So just in case I didn't, okay? You get the chopped meat, you put it in a big bowl, you put nice breadcrumbs in there. I put 3 eggs, some salt, crushed garlic, really chopped fine, mushed it up, and I fry them, okay? I'm going to show you one. And by frying, I don't mean that I put them in oil. I don't. There's enough fat in the meatballs. So this is what one of the meatballs looks like, you know, on the end when it's turned. Okay, you put it down on a pan and you turn it and you turn it. And then you put it into the pot with the gravy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this gravy out and put it in a small pot so that Emily can have it without meat because she's a vegetarian. So before I do that though, I want to spice it. Alright, so I'm going to take some salt and I'm going to just sprinkle some salt in there. You know, I'm not going to care all that much how much. You know, where's my wooden spoon? What happened? Alright, well I'll use this one. So I'll stir up the salt a little bit. I'll get like a handful of grated cheese. This is Pecorino Romano, you know what I mean? So we're going to put some of that in here, okay? I would like some, now this is what I keep in my cabinet. So I just take the basket down. This is just a little bit of rosemary, not too much because it's very strong. I have to put on the lids what things are. Now, some people like to put onions in their salad. This is some black pepper. Salad? I mean, some people like to put onions in their sauce. I don't do that because my son Mike hates onions, so I just don't put it in there. I want to find the oregano. Here's some dried parsley. If you have fresh parsley, that's really nice to go in there, but I don't have any. So there's that. Now let me find the oregano. You definitely want a bay leaf. Okay, I should have put the bay leaf in right away. Just put a whole bay leaf in there. Since I don't have a whole one, I'll put a couple. Alright, there. Remember, we already had garlic in it from the beginning. Now I just have to find, here's oregano. Alright, so remember, oregano can really make it overpowering. So, you know, sometimes I like to put it in the meatballs too, but I didn't this time. So now I'm going to stir it up. And I'm going to taste it because I want to make sure that, you know, I have enough salt in there. Now, I do something that a lot of people might think, you know, is really not good. But I do it because my father did it. And
you just put it in the cheese.
Oh! Alright, well. Alright, well, I do something that my father did. And he puts sugar in his gravy. So we use sugar in the raw. And so I'm just going to sprinkle some sugar in there. It probably will turn out to be about a teaspoon of sugar. So, and I don't know, it's nice because, I don't know, it just is, it's nice. Not too much, you know. Alright, so I'm going to taste it. Let's see.
Ginger.
Huh?
Ginger.
It's good. Alright, so now I'm going to pour some of this out into a pot for Emily, and then I'm going to put my meatballs in the bigger pot, so I'll see in a little bit. Okay, I took about 4 cups of gravy out of here, and I put it in a small pot, and that's going. So they're both spiced nice. Now I'm going to take the meatballs that we have, you know, partially cooked, and I'm going to put them in the big pot now. And the nice thing about these is that, you know, that little crunch that's to them really makes it nice. Let me make sure I shut this off. Alright. Wait, this one I was going to make for me to eat right now, so I'm going to keep it on there. I usually keep them, you know, all about the same size so that they cook all around at the same time. I usually make maybe 2 or 3 little tiny ones because I was so used to doing that when the kids were small. I would make 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how many kids I had at the time, little ones, and then I would just give them to them, like, you know, here's a little meatball for you, and they thought that was fun, because, you know, it's like, it's a ball, and it's food. How fun is that? So, there's that. Alright, so after I get done putting all of this in here, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up. Now, while my meatballs were cooking before, I did the dishes, and I did pots and things that had to be done. I threw some things away. So now, while this is cooking in the gravy, I'm going to clean up the rest of the stuff. And this way, when it's time for us to eat, it'll be, you know, a nice, enjoyable time, and there won't be all that much to do. Okay? So, you know, when you're cooking, clean as you go. It's the best way to be. I'm going to start this so that I can get, well, it won't start here, wait. Okay. I'm going to get these little, no, just that one. That little meatball going for me. And now I'll clean up this stuff. And I guess I'll set the table. And I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to put the macaroni in. It was taking forever for the water to boil. I put a little olive oil in it. A little bit. I do 2 pots because some of my kids don't like whole wheat and some of them do. So I do 1 white, 1 whole wheat. When they were little, I just made whole wheat. But now that they're older, they have a choice. So here is the white. We stir it up nice. And here's a whole wheat. Remember, I like Brilla because it doesn't get like mushy. So I'm going to dump this in that pot. And, you know, I just get what I get. We call everything macaroni. I don't know what it's called. Like, this is rotini. And this one, I think, was ziti. I don't know. I think it was ziti, this one. So, but we just say macaroni. The only thing I really call something else is spaghetti. So, there, that goes in there. This goes in recycling. And I'm going to stir it up nice and nice. And it'll be done shortly. It takes about maybe 15 minutes tops to get this done. Then I will strain it. I'll pour some gravy on there nice. I'll show you how nice it looks in a bowl. Okay, so here's the macaroni all done. See, it's nice. It's a nice plate with a meatball. And you got some cheese on there. It's Mikey's his birthday today. Say hi, Mikey.
Hi, Mike.
All right, so that's it. I'm Kelly Roberts. I'm the Tidy Tutor, and this was making some nice macaroni and meatballs. Okay, I figured that for a bonus, I would do, you know, what we're going to do with the cake. Okay, so here's the cake, and we got some thread, right? I just got a piece of thread, and I doubled it. And now I'm going to take it, and I'm going to put it right on the edge of this, and I'm going to pull it towards me. Sometimes you have to like go back and forth to get the first cut in, and I'm going to pull it towards me, and I'm going to pay attention to try to make sure that the thread goes at the right down the center. Uh-oh, this one I didn't do well. Right down the center of the side. Beautiful. Oh, makes me so happy. Now watch. Ready?
Sorry.
That's right.
People.
You coming in? Okay, so now watch. Are you coming in?
Come on.
Sorry.
Oh, look how cute you are. So you take this and you turn it like this. Look at how nice that is. It is a cake that now you can frost the middle of. So I'm going to put this down and so that it could cool. Isn't that wonderful? Making some nice macaroni and meatballs.
Cut. Can I have that?
It was recording, right? Yeah.